It's an absolute honour to be here with you, friends, today, because there is no more fitting place for a Republican to be on Easter Sunday than at the graveside of our patriot dead. Revolutionaries that gave all, years lost to prisons and lives cut short. We stand with the families of our patriot dead, humbled by your dignity and inspired by your resilience. So támuid fear bhuaich díobse go léir. All across Ireland, Republicans gathered to remember the rising, to remember the generations that came before and those that came after. Generations separated only by time, but united forever by a thirst for equality, for sovereignty, for freedom. Ideals that are shared by so many across the world. And therefore, I want to extend a special welcome to the delegation of American trade union leaders who are with us here today. Because you remain our exiled children, our friends, our family. The inheritors of James Connolly, proclaiming that the cause of Labour is the cause of Ireland and the cause of Ireland is the cause of Labour. There wouldn't have been a rising without America, and there wouldn't have been a peace process here either without American activists. So we thank you today for your constant support as we continue our journey to freedom. I think it's particularly fitting that you visit on the 100th anniversary of An Chéad Dáil. In 1918, Republicans won a landslide victory. It was to be the last All-Ireland election and the people voted for freedom. It became known as the Sinn Féin election. The new elected MPs decided to use their mandate in the only way fitting for Republicans. They turned their back on Westminster and they declared An Chéad Dáil. They were proud abstentionists, and today we remain proud abstentionists. Our place is here in Ireland. That election returned the first woman elected to Westminster, Constance Markievicz, the most unmanageable of revolutionaries. 100 years ago this month, Markievicz was appointed Ireland's and Europe's first female cabinet minister. So this was truly a revolutionary generation, a generation that put equality into practice. A generation that was betrayed by a counter-revolution and a carnival of reaction. An orange state was born. Repression, discrimination and pogroms were used to consolidate a perpetual unionist majority. Revolutionary ideals were lost to a civil war. Freedom, unity and equality were betrayed, and home rule did indeed become Rome rule. Sons and daughters exiled, women condemned to mother and baby homes, Republicans interned and executed. And the legacy of that counter-revolution lives with us still, because our island remains partitioned, our people separated, inequality persists and poverty remains, and all of this is an affront to Irish republicanism. The establishment parties now refuse to plan and act to end partition. Fine Gael, the United Ireland Party, Fianna Fáil, the Republican Party, without a hint of irony or shame, declare that now is not the time to talk about Irish unity. Well, let me say, over 100 years on from the Rising, now is the time to talk about Irish unity. Now is the time to build for unity. We have a British government that believes it can act with impunity, that they can continue to deny the truth of their dirty war in Ireland and continue to shield their soldiers and armed forces from justice. But they didn't count on the determination and the dignity of the families of Ballymurphy, of Spring Hill and Bloody Sunday. And the truth will win out. The crimes of Britain in Ireland will be exposed: the shoot to kill, the collusion and the corruption of justice. We have a British government that believes it can decree that Irish citizens in the north are by default British. Now, Belfast is a shared city, and there are those who are British citizens, and that is their right and their entitlement, and we respect that. But my friends, we are not British with an aspiration to being Irish. We are Irish citizens, and no British government can change or challenge that fact. The Taoiseach has told us that Irish citizens in the north will never again be left behind. And now is the time to put that to the test. A time for the Irish government to assert and safeguard the rights of Irish citizens in Belfast, to stand by and to stand up for the Good Friday Agreement. So Taoiseach, hollow words are not enough. Irish citizens need action. It's now more than 2 years since our friend Martin McGuinness called time on the DUP, on the lack of respect, the denial of rights and the scandals that fatally undermined the power-sharing institutions. For more than 2 years, Sinn Féin has stood ready to re-establish sustainable power sharing, to resolve the outstanding issues and to serve in government. Today we are ready for that challenge. However, the British government and their pact with the DUP have stalled and stymied political progress. And the fact is that the current stalemate that we have cannot continue. Last year, we reached agreement with the DUP leadership to re-establish power sharing, but they walked away. And in walking away, they refused to honour the agreements and to work genuine power sharing. So now we are left with political instability and continuing stalemate. The British government, by way of response, threatens direct rule. Let me say very, very clearly that such a move would be an effective binning of the Good Friday Agreement and its institutions, and that this cannot, must not, and will not happen. If the DUP is not up for genuine power sharing, the delivery of rights and equality, then the Irish government must act. There is now an urgent need to convene the British-Irish Intergovernmental Conference, and in the absence of power-sharing institutions, the alternative is not direct rule, but a new British-Irish partnership, a joint authority to implement the agreements and to safeguard rights. Seo an rialtas céanna sa bhreatain a chreideann gur féidir leo a hill Éireann. Chreideann siad gur féidir leo an brat imeacht a bhrú I gcoinne bhíonta an phobal agus leasa ornáisiún. Chreideann siad gur féidir leo teorann crua a bhrú orann, ach ní féidir leo. Tá an bailach chun an brat imeacht a tharú sa léir. Tá an bailach chun an teorann in Éireann a glanadh. Tá an bailach ar ais chun an Aontas Eorpach sa léir fásta. As Brexit looms against the democratic will of the people and threatens to undermine our agreements, our rights and our economy, the way forward is increasingly clear. The Good Friday Agreement provides for a referendum on Irish unity, and that referendum must be secured and must be won. The perpetual unionist majority is gone, and time is up for partition. A new, united Ireland is emerging, and it won't be easy or without challenge. But this generation can deliver a united Ireland and a republic worthy of the name. Because the sacrifices of our patriots don't have to be repeated. They fought because there was no other way. The denial of democratic rights and a repressive regime left no other pathway to unity. But now we have a democratic and peaceful pathway. And this is the agreed and only way for Irish Republicans. We saw in recent days on the streets of Derry the brutal killing of Laoire McKee. And from here, I would like to extend our sympathy and our solidarity to her family, to Sarah, and to everybody who loved her. There is now no cause progressed by armed actions. There is now no justification for those actions, and there is no support for those actions. This Easter, the people of Derry and beyond have said that with one voice. The war is over. A new and united Ireland is emerging, and it will be built by the community. It will be built through dialogue and respect. It will be built peacefully and democratically. So it's past time now for these groups that masquerade as Republicans to pack up and pack it in, to end their activities and to let the people get on with the work of building a new united Ireland, that Ireland that we all want. An Ireland that will be a tribute to our patriot dead and to all who died. The Ireland in which Laoire McKee should have lived. It's the job of our generation of Republicans not just to remember the dead, but to realise their hopes and dreams by our deeds and words. The new united Ireland we build must be the legacy of all who have died. A united Ireland of equal citizens with equal rights and due equal respect, that celebrates our diversity, the right to speak our native tongue, the right to marry the person you love, the right to truth. A united Ireland of shared prosperity and equal opportunity, in which there can be no place for poverty, homelessness, or the erosion of workers' rights. An Ireland of opportunity, the opportunity to learn, to work, to raise a family, to grow old, with the security of a home, healthcare, and a helping hand. A united Ireland, peaceful and reconciled, where respect is afforded to all, where you can be British, Irish, both or neither. One community free from segregation and separation. There are some who object to us asserting our political identity. They object to us remembering our dead. To them I say, no one has the right to censor or to deny grief. We all have the right to remember with dignity and respect. In her poem, Why Some People Be Mad at Me Sometimes, African-American poet and civil rights activist Lucille Clifton simply wrote, "They ask me to remember, but they want me to remember their memories, and I keep remembering mine." So a reconciled Ireland must be a place for all, with all our experiences and memories, a place to express our politics, our aspirations and our hopes, a place to sing our songs, tell our stories, and remember our dead, free from rancour or objection, a place resounding with the laughter of all our children, a tribute to the vision of Bobby Sands and his comrades. So the time to build this united Ireland is now. In the coming weeks we'll have elections north and south, and this is an opportunity to put forward our vision of a new united Ireland, and to do so with confidence and with generosity. Electing Sinn Féin councillors across Ireland makes the difference. Electing Sinn Féin MEPs makes the difference. Sinn Féin is a party that thinks nationally and acts locally. We are internationalists and value Ireland's place in the world, standing against injustice and persecution, standing for peace and equality. Our struggle is one of hope and perseverance, of hard work and sacrifice, of standing up for what is right and refusing to bow down. That is the Republican way. So it was when James Connolly came to Belfast as a union organiser. He described the Belfast mills as slaughterhouses for the women and penitentiaries for the children. In his address to the linen slaves of Belfast, co-signed by Ellen Gordon and Winifred Carney, whose graveside is nearby, he wrote, "Sisters and fellow workers, talk this matter over. Do not be frightened by the timid counsel and fears of weaklings. Be brave. Have confidence in yourselves. Talk about success and you will achieve success." And so it is now, with the future ours to shape. Because, make no mistake, we are building a new united Ireland. And our work starts in homes, in workplaces and communities across Ireland. So be brave, be confident, be patient and be generous, because this is our time. This is your time. That day is coming and Irish unity is within our grasp. We will have a republic worthy of the sacrifices of our patriots, and it will be a home to all. So Sinné Chorja, Lanagi Araig leis an obair gur raibh míle maith agaibh go léir, Araigling le chéile, up the Republic on Phoblacht Abu.